Understanding globalization's effect on indigenous cultures. Globalization connects societies through trade, technology, and cultural exchange, but it also challenges indigenous traditions. Many indigenous communities struggle to preserve their languages, customs, and knowledge systems as global influences reshape their way of life. Language loss and cultural erosion. One major impact of globalization is the decline of indigenous languages. As dominant global languages spread, younger generations may abandon their native tongues, leading to the gradual loss of cultural identity and ancestral knowledge. Economic pressures and traditional livelihoods. Global markets often disrupt indigenous economies by introducing mass-produced goods and external industries. Traditional practices such as hunting, fishing, and handicrafts may struggle to compete, pushing indigenous people toward wage labor and urban migration. Environmental exploitation and land rights. Global industries, including mining, logging, and agriculture, frequently encroach on indigenous lands. These activities threaten ecosystems, displace communities, and disrupt spiritual and cultural connections to the land, sparking resistance movements worldwide. Influence of media and technology. The spread of digital media brings both opportunities and challenges for indigenous cultures. While technology helps preserve and share traditions globally, it also exposes indigenous youth to dominant cultural narratives that may weaken traditional practices and values. Tourism's double-edged impact. Cultural tourism can provide economic benefits to indigenous communities, but it also risks commodifying traditions. When sacred rituals and customs are commercialized for visitors, their original meaning may be diluted or misrepresented. Legal struggles and cultural protection. Many indigenous groups fight for legal recognition of their rights, including land ownership, cultural preservation, and political representation. International organizations and indigenous activists work to protect traditional knowledge and heritage through policies and advocacy. Revitalization movements and resistance. In response to globalization's pressures, many indigenous groups actively work to revive their languages, traditions, and governance systems. Education programs, cultural festivals, and online platforms help communities reclaim and strengthen their identities. Balancing tradition and modernization. Some indigenous communities embrace aspects of globalization while maintaining their traditions. By integrating modern education, sustainable development, and digital tools, they find ways to adapt without losing their cultural roots. The future of indigenous cultures in a globalized world. The impact of globalization on indigenous cultures is complex, presenting both threats and opportunities. By supporting cultural preservation efforts and respecting indigenous rights, societies can ensure that these rich traditions continue to thrive in an interconnected world.